All right, everyone, welcome to Y Square Academy. Another video. Today, in this video, we're just going to look at some introduction to machine learning. If you're very beginner to the world of data science or data analytics, you don't have to worry about this right now because it's going to be very easy. So first, we'll look at what is machine learning, and then we will understand the different types of machine learning, and after that. We will go into like regression and all that, regression, support vector machines, random forest and all that. Those are like step 2, right? So first, let's understand what is machine learning. So basically, machine learning is a way for computers to learn from your data. Like if you have a data set and it has like n number of data points. Now basically what you are training your computer, you are telling your computer to look at this data set and get trained from the patterns in the data set, and then do some predictions after learning the pattern or the trend from the data set, right? So for example, let's say you have a toy car. So let's say you have a toy car and you're applying some force on it. Now let's say you applied like 5 grams of force and the car moves like 3 feet. Okay, now again let's say you applied 10 grams of force, the car moves 6 feet. Now again let's say you applied 8 grams of force, the car moves I made a mistake. Okay, so let's say the car moves like 5 feet. And one more data point, let's say you applied like 50 grams of force and then the car moves let's say 8 feet. Let's say the car moved 8 feet. Okay, now what are you learning from this one? This is going to be your force and this is your distance, right? So when you look this data in a graph, if I apply 5 grams of force, the car moves 3 feet. If I apply 10 grams of force, the car moves like 6 feet. So this is going to be 3 and 5. And this is going to be 10 and 6. So this is going to be 10 and 6. And then let's say if you apply 8 grams of force, the car moved, let's say 5 feet. So this is 8 and 5. And let's say if you applied 15 grams of force, the car moved 8 feet. So this is going to be 15. So 15 and 8. Okay, so basically what we are seeing here, there is a trend in this data set. There is a trend in this data, right? So what we are looking at here, there is a trend in this data set, means what? As we increase the amount of force, the distance the car moves increases also, right? So this is the trend. So what we can basically represent this line with some sort of slope and some sort of intercepts. So these are the kind of intuition that we are training the computer. So basically what we're doing here, we're trying to define an equation for this line. That is what we are calling a model. And once we define this equation, that is what we call a model. And then let's say our equation looks like y is equal to mx plus c. And then later what we can do, we can give the computer that if I apply 30 grams of force, how far the toy car will move. So, or you can say if there is a classroom where there are students with their height, and so let's say there is a height and there is a weight. So let's say 5.5 feet, weight is let's say 50 kg. Let's say this one is 48 kg. Let's say this one is 55 kg. Let's say this one is 40 kilos. Now we can draw these data points on a graph like height and weight, right? So we'll see these data points in a scatter plot. So now we can see there is a trend in this data set, right? There is a trend in this data set. So this is what is called a regression, or this is like very simplistic, very basic form of machine learning, right? So these kind of problems are this is what called machine learning. So next, if we give the height of one person, let's say the height, if the height of someone is like 6 feet, then this model can predict that, okay, this person is going to be like 60 kilos or 55 kilos or 62 kilos, whatever the model predicts. That is called machine learning. Yeah, of course, and there are like different ways how you can fine tune your model, and there are like intricacies to it. There are like different sophisticated methods involved with this, but those are we are going to learn gradually. So basically this is what machine learning is. Another example is, let's say you will give like the pictures of some dogs and then some cats, the picture of some dogs and some cats. Okay, let's say these are the cats, and then these are dogs, and dogs. Now what we will do, for every cat picture, we will tell the computer that this is the cat, this is the cat, this is the cat, and this is the cat. And for every dog, we will tell the computer that this is the dog, this is a 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 dog. Now the algorithm or the mathematics behind this machine learning algorithm, what it does, it records all these information in these pictures, all these pixels. It assigns values to these pixels. So basically what a photo is a combination of pixels, right? Small pixels, and each pixel has a value. Now what this computer does, this algorithm try to assign value to each of these pixels and try to understand the pattern behind these values or these numbers, and then it is able to understand, it is able to detect the pattern, so that the next time we give a picture of a dog or a cat, the computer will successfully tell either if it is a dog or if it is a cat. This is what machine learning is. So basically although it is not very simple, it's not difficult, right? So basically, if you have a good understanding of logic, if you have a good understanding of mathematics, at least I would say up to high school mathematics, and then on top of that you need to understand like linear algebra, you need to understand linear algebra, optimization, calculus, and then statistics, right? There are other forms of mathematics involved in this, but these are like the basics of data science. If you have like these concepts clear, then you will be like a great data scientist. There is no question about it. So, or what are the different types of machine learning? Any data scientist or any software developer, like whoever works in the field, what are the different types of machine learning that is there? Okay, so basically the first is supervised machine learning, then number 2 is unsupervised machine learning, and then number 3 is semi-supervised, and then reinforcement learning, and then there are other types, but let's stick to these 3 types first: supervised, unsupervised, and semi-supervised. So basically, what is supervised machine learning? What is supervised machine learning? So basically what supervised is, okay, I'll just assign different colors to these. Okay, I'll just try to change the pen, just change the color. Okay, this looks good. Okay, so let's first learn about supervised machine learning. Okay, I will first assign some colors because it looks very beautiful. Okay, what? Anyway, okay, let's use black. Okay, so what is supervised? So supervised machine learning is a machine learning technique where the model is trained using labeled data. What does that mean? So let's say we have a picture of a dog, we have a picture of a cat, we have another picture of a dog, cat, like that, right? We have different pictures. We have many pictures, let's say dog, dog, cat, 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 dog, dog, cat. Okay. Now this data is labeled because this is a data, this is a data set, and this is labeled as a dog. This is a data set, this is labeled as a cat, like that. Now the computer goes, when you feed all these pictures to the computer is able to detect the pattern in these data sets and then accurately or up to or predict the outcome of a new picture with some sort of accuracy, maybe 95% accuracy or 99% accuracy. The computer will be able to predict that if we are going to give it a new picture, either dog or a cat, the computer will be able to predict that if this is a dog or this is a cat. This is called supervised machine learning, where the data is labeled, where the output variable is already given. The output variable is labeled. What is the unsupervised machine learning? Unsupervised machine learning. Unsupervised machine learning is, let's say you have pictures, you don't know what this is. Okay, let's say you have pictures of fruits. Let's say you have pictures of fruits. Let's say there are only 3 types of fruits. Okay, you do not know which one is what. It could be A, B, C. It could be A, B, C. It could be A, B, C. Right? It could be anything. You don't know about that. Now what happens when you perform an unsupervised machine learning technique? The computer is able to like read these patterns, the patterns in the data in these pictures, read the pattern in this data in these pictures, and try to find commonalities between them. And then successfully able to classify that maybe this is fruit A, this is fruit B, this is fruit A, this is B, A, C, 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 C. This is basically unsupervised machine learning, where you do not give any labeled data to your algorithm or to your machine. So unsupervised machine learning is a type of machine learning where the model is trained using data that is not labeled. Okay, but in supervised machine learning, but in supervised machine learning, the model is trained using data that is labeled. So in unsupervised, the model tries to find hidden patterns and relationships in the data on its own, without being told what the correct output is. It will just give you, okay, there are like these. Okay, so another way of looking at it is that without telling the machine that if it is a mango or a banana or a pineapple, what we will do, we'll give it like pictures of fruits, right? And then the machine will be able to successfully tell you that like these many pictures belong to one category of fruit, maybe A, and then these many pictures belongs to a different category of fruit. So the machine does not know which category is what. Okay, and then maybe like another group belongs to another category of fruits, right? So like see, so this is what called unsupervised machine learning. The unsupervised machine learning is used in different use cases. It has different use cases, such as when you are trying to detect fraud in banking sector, or when you are trying to do some analysis but you don't want to disclose customer data, or if you don't want to disclose the banking data or healthcare data, right? In those cases, you can use unsupervised machine learning. In that case, the person who is running this analysis, he does not know what this data represents. He is just tasked with finding patterns in the data, right? So this is what unsupervised machine learning is. Now let's see what is semi-supervised machine learning. What is semi-supervised machine learning? What is semi-supervised machine learning? So From the name, it is very obvious that semi-supervised machine learning is a combination of supervised and unsupervised machine learning techniques. So it's a combination of supervised plus unsupervised. Okay. In this case, what happens? A small group of data is labeled. So let's say if you have a data set that looks like this, let's say these are rows. Okay. Now what happens? A small group of this data set, maybe this much of the data set, is labeled, and this data set is used, or this data set is used to identify the pattern, and then that pattern or that model is applied on the rest of these data sets, right? So this is what is called unsupervised semi-supervised machine learning. So what could be a good use case of this? Let's say you have a list of emails. Let's say you have a list of emails. Okay. Now out of these emails, let's say you have thousands and thousands of emails, right, in your inbox. So let's say you have emails. These are your emails, right? Now what happens? You want to train a model that can successfully classify a spam versus no spam. So what you will do, you will build a model that will take input from a sample of the emails that are classified as, that are labeled as let's say it take input from some emails, and let's say someone is like, one email is let's say one email is spam. Let's say this is not spam. Let's say this is spam, not spam. So what essentially is happening in the background is that your machine learning model is learning the text in all these emails and trying to find a pattern in the emails that are classified as spams and in those emails that are classified as not spam. Okay. Now once it learns that pattern, then it will apply that pattern or that mathematical intuition onto all these other emails, all these other emails, and it will classify them as either spam or not spam. So this is what your semi-supervised machine learning is. So that's basically it, guys. I hope you liked it. So basically what we learned today, you understood what is machine learning, and then we understood like 3 types of machine learning. So one is supervised, the second is unsupervised, and the third one is semi-supervised. Okay, so thanks for watching. I hope you liked it, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you.